Hey, it's Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, we're going to talk about the actual cost for $25,000 with the burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 76-year-old female. Now, first thing you need to understand is you can go directly to our website, and we offer these quoters on just about every page. Just select the state that you live in. We are licensed in all 50 states, by the way. Select the coverage amount, and then enter your birthday, other info, click Get Quotes Now. It will take you to a page that's going to show you all the best insurance companies and all the lowest rates, and you can be a smart consumer and actually price check against some of these crazy kind of teaser rates that you see advertised on TV that always end up being kind of too good to be true. So you can use that. We provide that free. You can also call us toll free, 888-862-9456. And one of our agents can get you numbers as well, get you quotes. So the first thing you probably want to know as a 76-year-old female looking at $25,000 worth of insurance is that going to be enough for your final expense needs? Now, that would typically be either a cremation or a burial. Cremation, the cost of a cremation where you just come home in a cardboard box or an urn, that's going to be around $1,000 to $2,000. If you're going to have some sort of celebration of life ceremony or other get-together, that's probably going to be about $3,500 to $4,500. So, $25,000 is obviously going to be enough for that. In fact, you're probably overinsured. So if you're looking for a brand new policy for that cremation where you come home in a cardboard box or an urn, we would probably recommend maybe between $5,000 to $7,000 if you're 76 years old. That that provides extra money in there in case you do live a lot longer. And if you do die sooner than you expected, there's a little extra money in there for maybe some final expenses, medical bills, or things like that. And then if you're looking at the cremation with that ceremony, probably somewhere between $7,000 to $10,000. Now, you can get more, but most of the people we work with are on a fixed or limited income, and we're just very conservative with our numbers and want to make sure that we kind of make everybody's budget dollars go as far as they possibly can. Now, if you're looking at having a burial, the average cost of a burial right now in the United States is right around $10,000. I can assure you one thing, that's not going to be anything fancy by any means, but if all you could afford is $10,000, get that. That will take care of your most immediate needs, and we can always help you add more coverage later. Now, at $25,000, is that appropriate? Well, I can tell you at age 76, the price is starting to get up there for $25,000 worth of coverage. And a lot of times people would want that amount because they say, hey, I want to leave some money behind for my family members and loved ones after I'm gone. And if you've got the financial means to afford the premium, go for it. Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing to do. But if your budget's tight, we recommend you just getting enough to take care of what you want accomplished after you're gone. So most people we would help who are on a fixed or limited income, we're probably looking at somewhere between $10,000 to $15,000, maybe $20,000, depending on your health. If your family has a history of living like to age 100, you might want a little bit more coverage. But again, if all you can afford is $10,000, get that right now. We can always help you add more coverage later. Now, the other thing we recommend is first day coverage or benefits. So that is really, really important. We don't recommend plans that have 2-year waiting periods. We don't recommend those at all. And I'll go into that in just a minute. But what first day coverage means is that if you got approved by a policy, if your policy was approved today and you died tomorrow, the insurance company would pay out the full death benefit, even though you'd only lived another day. And that is so important because there's no guarantee how long we're going to live. We could live another 20 seconds or another 20 years. We just don't know. So, first date. Now, a lot of times people would say, I like that first day coverage, but they ask health questions, and I'm not in the best of health. To which we would say, hey, your health is our problem, not your problem. We work with enough different insurance companies that they all have different underwriting. They all ask different health questions, and that's our area of expertise. And 90 to 95% of the time, we're getting people first day coverage or benefits. So, yeah, let us worry about that. Now, the only reason you wouldn't qualify for first day coverage or benefits is if you had some really significant health or medical issues going on. So that would be like maybe you've got a terminal illness and you're going to pass away in the next 12 months, or you have dementia, or you're on dialysis, or you're in a hospital or in a nursing home. So if that were the case, something like that, we'd probably refer you off to a different insurance company. The only other thing that happens is, it seems like every week somebody gives us a call and says, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week and they didn't have insurance. We don't have any money. Their body's down at the funeral home. The funeral home director's not going to do anything until he gets a check in his hand. So we need to get this insurance right away so that we can get a check in our hand to get a check into the hand of the funeral home director. Unfortunately, there is no insurance company in the United States that's going to offer an insurance policy on somebody who's already died. It doesn't work out that way. And it's really sad because, that person that passed away, they knew they were going to die someday. They just didn't take care of it. They probably said, I'll take care of it tomorrow. And then tomorrow led to more tomorrows. And eventually tomorrow came and they passed away. And now their family is stuck with this financial burden, but also just imagine the emotional burden that they're under right now, just because somebody was too stubborn or such a procrastinator that they didn't get this insurance. And now the entire family's suffering. And that's going to be your legacy. If you're that person, that's going to be your legacy. Every time your name comes up, people are going to think about how you stuck them with these expenses when you could have taken care of it, because this insurance is affordable if you get it in time. So don't be that person. Don't leave that legacy behind. That's not a good thing to do. So one thing we don't recommend is the 2-year waiting period plans. And like Colonial Penn's one of the more well-known, I guess, companies probably. Their $9.95 plan is a 2-year waiting period. And there's other companies out there too, Mutual of Omaha, like their United of Omaha line, AIG, Gerber. And there's a whole bunch of other companies out there. That's the only thing they offer is 2-year waiting period plan. And some of these companies have done an amazing job of convincing the American public that the only thing they'll qualify for if they're over age 50 is a plan with a 2-year waiting period, to which we go, do not listen to such nonsense, because we help people with first day coverage every single day. Now, there'd be a lot of 76-year-old females that would look at that Colonial Penn commercial and say, oh my gosh, for $9.95, I outsmarted them. I waited until age 76. Now I'm only going to pay $9.95, and I'm probably going to end up with $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, maybe even $50,000 for only $9.95. And then they call Colonial Penn, or they fill out their info on the website like we've done here at Colonial Penn, and find out that a female age 76 for $9.95, one unit, that's one unit, you'd only get $724. Oh, and then our 76-year-old female is crushed because the TV commercial sounded so good. And our 76-year-old female would know that $724 is not even enough to pay for a cremation these days, pretty much in any part of the country. And it doesn't really matter because it's not going to pay out for the next 2 years anyway if you die of a health or medical reason. And that $724 is going to be worth much less than it was today. So just be very cautious of insurance companies out there that offer teaser rates that sound too good to be true, because it's not hard to imagine that when you get on the phone with companies like that, that you're going to try to get you're going to get it upsold. Because again, one unit's not going to do you much good in most cases. Now, as far as $25,000, the challenge with Colonial Penn is they only offer up to 15 units. So let's see what 15 units would be for a 76-year-old female. Oh my gosh. 15 units is only around $10,000. And that's $150. So is that a good price? I don't know. Let's go double check. Let's find first day coverage here. So we've got $25,000, and this is level coverage, female, age 76. Let's click get quote. And again, roughly $10,000 for $150. You could get $25,000 for roughly $188, $189. We would definitely recommend this insurance company in this case. First day coverage and same day approvals over the phone. Sometimes even though a policy, I mean, you look at this as 25 cents more, in our opinion, sometimes it's worth paying, a dollar or so more. It would definitely be in the case that would be the case here. We work with this insurance company here for a specific reason. They offer us a lot of approvals. They have great pricing, and it is first day coverage. So you've got to look at the rates here, and this is roughly $190, $189, and you're going to get, I want to show you this again, you can get it at $25,000. So, and this would be $149. So roughly for $40 more, you would get $25,000 coverage instead of right around $10,000. Why would you overpay so much for a plan? You could get $20,000 for roughly the same amount as this. You could double your coverage and get, more insurance premium. And what we see so much of the time is that Colonial Penn is consistently right around 200% more expensive than first day coverage plan. Why would you do that? Why would you overpay? And you're going to overpay that policy for the rest of your life. So it is not uncommon for that to add up to $5,000, $7,000, $10,000 by the time you've even gone 10 years in overpayments. So why would you do that when you can get better pricing through a first day insurance companies? Yeah, I don't know. Don't overspend. If you're on a fixed or limited income, that's rule number one. Don't overspend. Let's look at other companies here too. You'll be able to see all the best insurance companies on that quarter we provide for you. Here's one, Lincoln Heritage. They're a fine company, I guess, other than look at that pricing. Oochie mama. $275 level coverage. It is first day coverage. Now, Lincoln Heritage has a thing where if you pass away, or when you pass away, they will call 2 or 3 different funeral homes and get the lowest pricing. They may do a couple other things, but they charge a premium for that. They charge extra for that. That's $275 versus, let's go look down here, $275 versus $189. So that's roughly $85 more a month. Overpay right around $1,020 a year on average. If you lived another 10 years, you would overpay right around $10,200. So think about this. With Lincoln Heritage, for them to make 2 or 3 phone calls and maybe do a couple other things that might take an hour or so, after 10 years of that policy being enforced, you would have overpaid $10,000. You would pay $10,000 for them to make 2 or 3 phone calls and maybe do a couple of other things. So you got to ask yourself, is that in your best interest? It seems like most people would say that seems like a pretty good business day for the insurance company. And we would tend to agree. We'd rather see you keep that $10,000 in your own pocket and spend that on yourself or your family rather than give that to an insurance company. So what we do at Funeral Funds of America is we provide you with a free funeral and estate planning guide. You can just fill that out in advance, what goes where, who gets what, and what you want to happen when you pass away, burial, cremation, just all the details. And you keep that with your insurance policy. Now, when you pass away, your family goes right there. They're not only protected financially with the insurance policy, but they're protected emotionally with the funeral and estate planning guide because you've listed everything out in advance. They don't even have to think. They just execute your wishes, and they will know that they're doing everything per your wishes exactly how you wanted. And boy, I tell you, that just provides so much peace of mind for your family that they don't have to wonder what you wanted done because you never addressed it. And it's really the ultimate gift of love that you can leave behind. And just they will know that you were thinking about them well in advance when a time you wouldn't be here, when they'd be having one of the most difficult days of your life, and you were just showering them with love, not only with the insurance protection, but also that funeral and estate planning guide. So go to our website. You can fill out our quarters here. We got them just about every page, and we've got a special one for our YouTube viewers, funeralfunds.com/YouTube. You can get the best rates and most discounts there. And you can call us at 888-862-9456. One of our agents can help you. But we look forward to helping you out with this day, meeting with you or chatting with you, and helping you understand your options and helping you save money. Until that day comes, you stay safe, you take care. You have a nice day. Bye-bye.